Okay, here's how you make jewelry. Step 1, get a skull, like this one from a cuttlefish. Step 2, cut that skull into a more manageable size, fun-sized if you will. Step 3, continue fun-sizing that skull. Step 4, cut that skull in half. Step 5, rub the skull together to make it fit. Step 6, draw an outline in the skull. Use a pencil if you need to. Just remember that everything will be reversed and backwards. Intaglio versus relief. Don't know what that means? Don't worry about it. Step 7, trace that outline with a sharp metal rod. Yep. Keep going. Good. Alright, now for step 8. You gotta go ahead and refine that shape with a sharp chisel like this, or whatever other implement you got lying around. I don't know, art's like jazz. Well, except when it isn't, then it's miserable. Step 9, keep carving that skull. Step 10, don't forget to carve the vents. Step 11, refine those lines. Step 12, use a brush to bring out that skull texture. Oh yeah, look at that. Skull. Step 13, carve your pour spout. Make sure it's large enough that you can see it when you go to pour metal. This will be important later. Alright, step 14 is important. We're going to carve some sprues. These are like little tunnels that the metal will travel through to get to your model. Remember to place them at the thickest point and in areas where you won't lose much detail. You really should have oriented your design with this in mind before step 6. Hopefully you watched this all the way through before starting. If not, I'm sorry. Step 16, bind the skull with metal wires. You may need to kink these to achieve maximum holding force. Step 17, melt the metal and apply directly to the skull. Melt the metal and apply directly to the skull. Melt the metal and apply directly to the skull. See step 15 for more information. Step 18, free the metal from its calcium prison. We have no further need of it, so put it in the pile. Step 19, submerge the metal in a mild acid to remove the oxidization. If you used bronze, you may need to throw some hydrogen peroxide in there to get rid of the cuprous oxide on the surface. You may also need to throw this thing into the ultrasonic for a bit to get rid of any leftover skull that's clinging to the inside of it. Step 20, cut off that sprue. This is why it was important to sprue to an area where you would not be worried about losing too much surface detail, like on the back. Step 21, admire your lump of metal. Be sure to set a timer so you don't overdo it. And finally, step 22. All you gotta do now is take that lump of metal and turn it into a jewelry. Like this one right here. It's a brooch. You can wear it on your clothing. It's like wearable art. Isn't that nice? Well, that's it. That's all you need to know.